Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattletales from Tales from the Vector. My goal is to provide you with information to empower you. This is a collective or general reading, which means that parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and leave the rest. I'm giving the cards a quick cut. I've already shuffled and washed them. And I'm going to take the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is an authority figure that he's sitting on his throne. His right hand is in the form of a blessing, indicating that he's getting to the truth. This card can be the truth on a spiritual level. These are two monks that are at his feet here, and both of them have the tenure, which is the shaved crown of the head, and that is so that they can receive information intuitively as well as logically. And so the Hierophant is not just an authority on the physical level, but also in the spiritual realm. It can represent a judge or someone like a prosecutor or something like that in the actual 3D legal system. And oh, the first card out, we have the never-ending nightmare card. Or sometimes it can be a blessing in disguise because it's enlightenment from the universe. So this energy is saying there's definitely something going on here, that the Hierophant is involving themselves in and looking into it as an authority figure on the physical and also in the spiritual. And then we have here someone who has either just woken up because they've received enlightenment, possibly from this Hierophant, and they're trying to remember. Maybe it came in the form of a dream, and they're trying to remember what the dream was actually about. Or this can be the never-ending nightmare of someone who just can't fall asleep because they're so worried about what this Hierophant is bringing into the picture. So we'll see which way okay, so we've got the Three of Pentacles, which is about mastery of your skill set, and it's about collaborating with others. This is also my Secret Society card, because the stonemason energy here. And so this is, this person has mastered their skill set, and they're standing on a bench. So they're in an elevated position. They now have these two people wanting to collaborate with them, and they've come to see all the good work that this person has done. And they have plans with them for another project. And so this is normally like a really good energy. But when this card comes up, following this card, it's kind of a warning to make sure that the people that you do collaborate with are on the up and up, and that you have a choice to collaborate with, who you want to work with, and make sure that you, look into a situation, because that's what the Hierophant energy is representing. And this isn't just on the physical realm, this is also on a spiritual realm. Yes, and we have the Lovers. So the Lovers, that card represents choices that we make of the people that we collaborate with. But this is even on a more personal level, because this card quite often represents like actual lovers in the physical. So this could represent someone that you're married to, or you plan to marry, or someone that it can be a business partner doing something that you love to do with. But generally this card does represent the energy of lovers. And the thing is what you notice about the Lovers card here is there's the sun, or the clouds in between them just represent the fact that they don't know each other as well as they think they do, because they can't really see through these clouds. The sun, the Hierophant, is the energy of that, the shining the light on what the situation is. So we'll see what this is about. Oh, okay, and then we have this card is a card of celebration. Like if, and you notice now there's three people here, and they are celebrating. But is it these two people celebrating with this person? Because it doesn't really look like it. So this energy, this is my gossip and slander in the community card. I feel like these people are not looking at each other. They're looking at the cup. They're looking at what they want. And when people don't look at each other when they're toasting, in Europe, it is saying that you will have 7 years. There's a suspicion. If you don't look at someone when you're toasting them, that it's 7 years bad luck in your love life. So this energy just feels off. It just feels off, especially why does the Hierophant need to be here for the underlying energy of this whole reading? So the Page of Swords has come in here, and thank you, Page of Swords, you're going to answer our question. And I'm getting like, when I look at this card right away, I'm thinking about these clouds, and I'm thinking the Page of Swords is like, boom, with his sword, and he's swung it through the clouds, and they're scattering, right? So that whatever information the Page of Swords is bringing in has to do with these lovers and what they don't know about each other, or perhaps what these lovers don't know about this situation that's creating so much worry. And I'm getting the Hierophant is bringing in enlightenment because of this message, but this is causing a lot of concern, whatever this is, okay? And so the Page of Swords is, it represents a message of information, and the information can be, in the old days, it would be, a page would be a young man, a young boy between the ages of 7 and 14 would start working for the king, and then when they were 21 and they were an adult, if they could afford a horse and they had been doing good work, the king would elevate them to knight status. The Page of Swords is bringing in a message, but the pages, and it's about, there's in the face cards on the swords, there's these little flocks of birds in the background, and the Page of Swords has a whole flock here. So this is regarding several people, and the energy is, he's not even looking at the sword. So it's like the information that he has coming in, he's using his intuition as well as his logic, because he's not really looking at the thought so much as he's looking at what is the direction that he's taking this. And you look, he's looking right this way at this situation here. So he's bringing in some sort of information regarding this. And then we have this action now. There's going to be some action taken. This has been in the works for a while. The Two of Wands represents someone that is like surveying their kingdom, like what they've grown up to this point, and they have one wand is planted here, and they have another wand, and they're holding the globe. This represents the world in their hand, and they feel like, you know, I have conquered this energy here, this is my domain, I've done really well. But this person recognizes that they are like a big fish in a little pond now, and it's kind of giving the energy of swimming in circles, like wanting to, and whatever this information that's coming in from the Hierophant, this could be legalities, this could be a lot of different things. This energy is causing this person to want to go somewhere else or do something else, or you know, be something else kind of energy. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. So this energy, whatever this information is that the Hierophant is dealing with, is regarding this situation here. And destiny is like the Wheel of Fortune is turning now. So this could be this person here that was maybe offered a position or something, but he's choosing to move forward, or is considering just leaving and going somewhere else because he feels that there's nothing more for him in this energy. And he's planted one, there was 2 wands, and that could represent two, you know, him and his lover, and he's leaving 1 wand behind. So that would be like deciding, and it could be because there was gossip and slander about his lover, and he's not, the information that he has is causing him to want to move forward in a different way. And so the Wheel of Fortune is actually 3 wheels, and they're all turning past, present, and future in synchronicity with each other. And so the timing of the information and everything that's coming in is causing this person to really reflect on not wanting to be in this energy anymore and wanting to move forward and do something different. And we have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, the Ace of Cups is like a reward from the universe, from God, for staying on your path. It's a cup of love, and it's overflowing. And so, and there's the white dove here is representing like a peaceful love life and a divine partner coming in because you've stayed on your path. So perhaps this person is letting go of one lover, and they're just moving forward and knowing that they want a different cup of love than the one that they've been experiencing. Or the cup of, this usually represents a divine partner, but it can also represent something that you really love to do or that you would love to be. And so this energy could be saying, you know, I don't want to have anything to do with these 3 cups. I want to take a new cup and move on to doing something else. I feel like this energy here represents like the possibility of him working with this energy and choosing not to because of some information that came in. And then there's victory. So this, you notice that the only 2 really, like this energy here is more positive, and this energy here feels like, oh, okay, there's some shift happening here, man. And this card, it represents victory, but I feel like it's kind of like that kind of energy where you're making your own choices now, and you're not going to follow others. You're going to be a leader, and you've reined in your emotions and taken a real close look at the situation and decided that you're moving on. You're ready to tackle the next project in a different way. Probably, I'm getting in a different location. And the energy here is this energy of not knowing the full information until the page came in. And it's sitting on this energy, and it's saying, this can quite often mean that you have a closed mind, or there's something that you didn't know. And I'm just getting that what you didn't know has come to light, and it's a nightmare. Like it's not really pleasant energy. Let's put it that way. And so this card is just saying, when the Page of Swords came in, and you notice that the Page of Swords, you can't see the point on his sword, and you also can't see the point on this. So, and we also have the new moon energy. This also can speak of identity theft, and not knowing that someone else is being you, that kind of energy. But I'm getting with the way this is lined up, it's kind of cutting through the shift and really getting to the point, and already having decided, okay, I don't want this and I don't want that. I want something totally, I want a new cup. I want a cup that's going to bring me peace. And we had the new moon on November the 20th. And that new moon brought in, it was in Scorpio, so it brought in some information from really deep, dark, like some real information that was from had been sitting there unknown for quite some time, and now it rose to the surface. And that's like the Scorpio energy is water, And it's like it's brought up troubled waters is what I'm getting here. Quite often that's what the new moon does, is it reveals what we really want and tells us, like, go start on a new, it would be advisable to have a new beginning here. Yeah. And so the hangman is hanging from the tree of knowledge, and he's hanging upside down because he wants to look at things from all angles. And so it's totally opposite energy from this. And you notice the sun is here and the sun is here. So some light has been shed on his choices. Traditionally, the Lover's card wasn't so much about romance, but it was about making choices about who you want to collaborate with. And it's like whatever the information is here now, the shifty business has risen to the surface. And everything wasn't as it seemed until this information came in. There we have it. So there's regret here regarding this relationship, it feels like. So it's kind of, you see these 3 cups? The wine is spilt, and whatever the information was is known now, and it has caused like some deep sadness. But there's 2 cups here, and this represents, okay, the universe is offering another cup now that the information has come out, and you have a new perspective on this, that you can now just pick up these 2 cups, and one is for you and one is for down the line. I'm just getting if there was a lover involved here in this situation, they weren't on the up and up. It was not what it seemed to be. Oh, and then, okay, so once you see, all you have to do is pick up these 2 cups and let these 3 cups go and move forward, cross the bridge over the troubled water, and go find your new. And then that right away, the universe steps in and said, exactly. The universe is offering you a new cup of love and a new way to take because you've mastered your skill set. And perhaps it could be as simple as you could be offered a position here, but it's in your hometown or whatever, and it's a small business, but you have an opportunity to go and make yourself really make way more money, and work for a company that gives you way more opportunities to expand. And this requires, I'm building a pyramid here, and this bottom line is talking about what you have right now, what the energy is right now, and this decision to follow your destiny, so to speak. This is about, okay, what are the obstacles? And the obstacles are getting to the truth and understanding that the universe has better for you, and being able to leave. It's hard sometimes to leave where we were raised, and the limitations of a small, I'm getting it's like a village or a smaller town, and deciding, no, I want to go and become a leader in my work, in my life, and I want to be able to rein in those emotions of sadness of leaving, or the way things should be, or whatever happened here, and recognize I deserve a good life, and I don't know what that is, but the new moon energy is saying it's time for new, like sitting and really giving this some thought. And there's some sadness here, and there's some regret, because I'm getting that it's over this situation here. But once you make that decision and you decide to make the move forward, the universe is now saying, yes, this is a good decision, not just because of this situation, but because there's so much more opportunity for you. And now this line is about the strength to be able to carry it out, the strength to not follow, like this may be a place that you've always been your whole life, And, you know, you have some really strong friendships there and whatever, but something has come up that does not sit well with you, and you want to reach deep down into this line representing your fears from even when you were a child, and dig deep within yourself to face those fears so that you can expand your horizons and move forward. And this is the energy with the infinity symbol over the head, is showing that, okay, there's infinite possibilities when you do that. And this, the obstacles are in the middle here while you're making your decision, but the 2 cups are on either end saying, good for you. And this row now is about the courage to be able to do so. Rowing off to calmer waters with God. Okay, this is a decision. You've made this decision. Whatever this is about, you've decided I am going to move on. I am going, there's 6 swords here, and those represent the energy of all of the thoughts and everything that you're just, and there's 2 here, and I feel like that could be leaving a family or something. There may have been some cheating, or I don't, because this card quite often can be threesomes. So there could have been some sort of energy here where you found out that your partner wasn't being honest with you. And if this is like a lover, it could have been someone that you even had a child with. And so it's this energy is representing like just getting out of the rough waters and moving on to have calmer waters in your life, and following, and that's because God has provided you and with a universal gifts here, 2 of them, and saying you are a gift. You deserve a calm life. You deserve to have the prosperity. Move on. Yeah. The devil's like, boom, from here. So whatever happened here, we still don't really know, but I'm getting it's involving, it could be a threesome. It could be someone that was your not just your lover, but also a partner in your work or something. It could be about work that you love, and there was some theft or something, because this is sitting right here on what you didn't know, and now what you do know. And look we have the man and the woman here again, but they're chained to the devil now. And you see that energy there? So when the devil comes in, this is temptation. So it looks like there was possibly a threesome. And the energy is you're moving on. The devil, when that card comes up, you can see that the devil is on his haunches, and that's because that represents the animal instinct and being chained to that, like lust over love. And you notice here, like the Hierophant has his hand in the form of a blessing, and the devil is trying to stop that blessing. So when the devil comes in like this, I always cover the card to see who his minion is that he's sending in. Or sometimes God sends someone in to cover the devil to alert you to this energy. This energy's been coming up quite a bit with this new moon, because it's like the Scorpio new moon is very deep, like it gets down to the truth, right? And when you're rowing, like to be rowing in this boat, he's using this shaft, and he has to dig deep into the mud, below the water here, because this is shallow water, to make the boat move forward. And now the Hermit is saying, like, when you went and you observed from all different angles before you to make this choice to move on, that the Hermit goes up to the top of the mountain to be able to confer with God, and then and meditate and pray and whatever, and have some alone time. And then when they come down from the mountain, they're ready to make the decision. And the golden staff represents the light shining from this and the action of moving forward. So that's what it's saying. That was, this is about going inward and looking at it from from an intuitive way, like the Page of Swords, being able to look at it until you get to the truth. And then that energy comes in and you choose to go in you decide, okay, I'm crossing the water here, I'm leaving. Yeah, and here comes the shift disturber, which is a walking contradiction. And you see these two swords here and these two swords here. And then he's got like the 5 in hand. So this energy says there's something shifty going on. It's not how it seems. It's not always like the shift disturber looks like a thief, but he's not necessarily a thief. Sometimes this can represent innovative thinking. He could be like just have snuck in and taken the swords, so that so that he wouldn't have to fight because they don't have swords anymore, or he could be taking them back because they were stolen. Like so that it's about leaving this behind and not fighting for something you don't want to fight for. Like that's the energy that's coming in. And this brings in a whole different world. So this ends a cycle. So this never-ending nightmare is now over. And justice is coming. The Hierophant is dealing with that now. And you've decided you're going to take your mastery of your skill set and you're going to go become a leader in your industry or whatever, and you feel like you will find a new cup of love, and you will be successful. You've decided this is the route you're going to take, and it's going to be a whole different world from this world here. This world is very small, it's in your hand, you already have conquered what you can here, and this is a whole new world, like with a lot more opportunities, like the Wheel of Fortune is presenting. Oh, there we have it. The Fool is off now on their journey for their authentic desires. So, and not carrying much baggage with you. You notice that? Like there may have been a child though, or this can, I think this more is representing having faced the fears from your childhood about leaving or whatever. And now it's kind of like you as an adult and you as a child rowing off to calmer shores with God. That feels like, okay, there we have it. And then we have the King of Cups. So this is talking about these lessons that you've learned from this. The King of Cups is the most emotionally available king of all the kings in the minor arcana. And the King of Cups is sitting on his throne and he's in troubled waters, but he's aware of it, but it has no concern for him whatsoever, because he is not, it doesn't really involve him. He has his cup of love. He knows he has to love himself first and love what he's doing to be able to be successful in life. And he's on that journey. And this is like talking about someone who's made a really big decision, like to kind of like get really mature and grow up and become a leader. Possibly a leader of whatever industry you're in, or if you're a tradesperson or whatever, possibly in deciding to start your own company or something like that. But this action here, this wand that you have here, this movement of victory over this situation, moving on, there's all this energy being held here. And then justice comes in. Yeah. I'm getting that it was good to move on, because whatever this was is something that you would have been pulled into and it wouldn't have benefited you. It's sneaky energy at the very least. It's sneaky energy, and it could be something like illegal or whatever that you could have gotten caught up in. And in any case, the Hierophant is here, and the Wheel of Fortune represents karma. And it looks like whatever this energy, this sneaky energy is being like there's karma to be paid, basically. And that's cause and effect from their actions. And we have reconciliation. I really feel like this reconciliation, this is about forgiveness, actually. And reconciliation, when the 6 cups here are full of flowers, and they represent a plant medicine, datra, and it's kind of like the illusions are over with this energy. Whatever you thought this was, it wasn't, and you know that now. And you are on this new journey, and you, it's kind of, this I feel like is a card of reconciling the inner child within yourself, and because it's sitting right here. So it's talking about not having any regrets anymore now that you know, like you might have left and then, oh, like, yay, I'm glad that I didn't get myself involved in that, because the shift is hitting the fan, and I don't want to be, I wouldn't want to be involved in it. And if there was a threesome or something like that, you've already forgiven the energy of that, not the action of it, but you've decided that you are, you know, you forgive for yourself, because you're forgiving yourself for not knowing about it or allowing yourself to be in that position. But you're also, just because you forgive something doesn't mean you condone the actions, and it doesn't mean that you have to reconcile. But the forgiveness does empower you to reconcile your inner child with yourself. And I feel that's more what this is saying. Because if you can do that, then you know, once you reconcile that within yourself, then, and you're in this better position with where you're going to make more coin, and you're going to meet someone that's more in alignment with you, that's a gift from the universe on both ends of this, you are going to attract way more opportunities here. And then this is judgment. Yeah. So the judgment is come down, and it's kind of saying that this may have been where you grew up, where you left. This could be where your ancestors came and where all your, like your extended family is. So but the ancestors and the descendants are like replicating each other from one shore to the other. I feel like this energy has, like, you have broken some sort of generational weakness, and the ancestors are cheering you on, because this was a really good decision to leave this shift behind and go for the new shift, is what's coming up. Yeah, there's opportunities galore going to be open to you for love. Like these are 7 cups, and the 7 cups each have a gift in them. And some of those gifts might come in the form of challenges, but they're all really good possibilities. It's saying, like, the universe isn't just handing you, oh, here's 7 cups here of everything that you want, and you don't have to do anything. But it's saying that if you stay on this course now, and you strive to be the best version of yourself, that you're going to have so many opportunities open to you because of this decision that you made. You're almost like an empty vessel being waiting to filled with opportunities. And the energy coming in here is this Page of Swords now is like the Knight of Swords grown up. So this may have been you not wanting to look at whatever information this was. Your intuition may have been saying to you, there's something shifty here, but you didn't want to look at it, you see? And you were brave enough to do so. The universe stepped in, God stepped in and said, you deserve better than this. And you were brave enough to make the move. And so now this is you as the Knight of Swords. And it's kind of like, you look here, this energy still, the Knight of Swords, you still can't see the point on the sword here, but the Knight of Swords is going this way, and the Page of Swords is going this way. So there was no point in you staying in this backwards energy, this is more, you know, being on this new journey is what is in alignment, what God intended from you since you were a child. And this is learning, this is an experience of the Six of Coins represents someone who's learning how to give and take in life, like who to give to and who not to give to, who to take from and who not to take from. And the scales of justice are here. So because this is like represents seeds that you're planting. So this is like an energy I'm getting that you may have lost. It may seem like you lost a bit of time and money and you lost friends or whatever, but you're planting new seeds now, and there's 6 of them there, and those 6 new seeds are going to be like full of opportunity, like more than you can even imagine. And then the Ace of Swords comes in. That's 3 gifts from the universe. You're very loved. And this is saying, like, look at this. This sword, this is saying, this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. And this is what people say when they are swearing on a Bible in a court of law. So, yeah, this is like confirmation. The seeds you're planting now, you're going to really, they're full of opportunity for you. Good for you. Yeah, this energy of being left out in the cold. Thank God is what it's saying. Yeah, thank God. It's okay if you felt like you were being left out in the cold. It's okay if you felt like this threesome energy, you know, it hurt you. But look at this is saying here you are planting new seeds, and here's the other 2, I feeling being left out. You were left out in the cold here, but look what you were, like, it's not going to work out really good for them. That's the energy that's coming in. If you look from the bottom going up the pyramid and then back down to the pyramid, this outcome is also, if you would have stayed here in this situation, you would have been part of this and you would have lost all this opportunity here. This is a never-ending nightmare that's not going to go away because there's karma, and the Hierophant is here, and karma is cause and effect. And so when people take actions and they're shifty, then what happens is eventually they're going to come in. And so you were given some sort of enlightenment about this never-ending nightmare. And it goes back to having the courage and the strength to be able to face this truth here and then decide, okay, I'm going to forgive. I'm going to reconcile with my inner child. I'm making a judgment. Like this energy here can be the Hierophant's making a judgment, God's making a judgment, but you're also making a judgment. And you're judging that now that the truth is out about this situation, you don't want anything to do with it. You're planting new seeds, and you're doing it like now, like you've left, like you're out of there. You're on your new journey. It's going to be a whole new world. You're going to find love and do what you love, and destiny is calling. This is really like, whew, like it's energy of like how life is, you know, how, man, one small decision, it might seem like, oh, well, this was a small decision. You could have tried to forgive this situation and stayed in it, and it would have, I'm just getting, it would have caused you even more grief, and then you would have missed out on all this opportunity. So congratulations for being, you know, for choosing to do your inner work and look into your shadow side. If you're enjoying this reading, please do like and comment. It really empowers me to build my channel. And I'm going to clarify this now and see if we can find out, like, what is this, like, is this legal things, or what's going to happen from here? What are these new seeds that you're planting here? I mean, I'm interested in just seeing what more is here. This is my Oracle Tales from the Vector, and it's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I started painting the paintings, there's 64 of them, in 2007. In 2020, I finished the last painting. I've had them out and about for several years at psychic fairs and my seminars before the energy of 2020. And now I am working on the internet with all of you to get the information together and bring it out. I have these cards numbered with the numbers of the paintings on my website, Tails, T-A-I-L-S, from thevector.com. So I'll have them in the description box below in the order that they show up if you want to take a look at the paintings. And let's see here what's going on. Just want to give my cards from the Oracle a little bit more shuffle, because as I'm like, to get resonating with this energy here, like we want to clarify what this is about. So from the bottom of the deck we have the Hermit, and so this is about safe travels. So this energy is talking about that, covering the devil, not rushing into this situation, not accepting an offer that you didn't know the whole truth about. And so this is about, like, when you're not sure of something, that it's, you know, go to the top of the mountain if you have to, get some alone time and really take a good look at it and confer with God, pray, meditate, and don't make a move until you feel like you have the enlightenment that you need to make a strong decision. Especially right now at this time, there is Mercury is still in retrograde, and this energy is famously bad for communication going wrong. And it's not that you're not just going to stop doing anything just because of that, but this is saying to dot your I's, cross your T's if you're signing contracts, accepting positions, whatever. And it's also saying that sometimes it's a really good idea, before you make a big decision, that you take the time to reflect on it and to go inward, because life is not a march, it's a dance. And sometimes you need to, you know, take a rest and just really have a good look before you make a really big decision like this. And then we have, oh yeah, right there, the never-ending nightmare is we've got this, it's just like I've got like this feeling in my belly, like this wasn't an authentic relationship. Thank goodness that you've chosen to move on. The Lover's card is sometimes talking about the twin flame energy, but this energy is sometimes more about destiny or having this experience so that you know what you don't want rather than what you know, if you can't figure out what you do want, you can figure it out by knowing what you don't want. But that's kind of the hard way, but I'm getting that energy was there. So the High Priestess is like next to God, and this is about joy. So when I'm getting like this energy again is just saying that this was not what you thought it was, and good choice. You're going to have a much more joyful life, because the High Priestess is when the Fool goes on his journey, the first step is the Magician, where he gathers his tools to be able to go on the journey, and the High Priestess is the next card, and she is sitting close to God, and she is saying like she's full of joy, and that, you know, this journey is supposed to be joyful, like that's what the energy is in. And so yeah, there was some lack of awareness, and it's saying again, this is a karmic space of you weren't aware of what was going on, and it could have caused you a lot of missed opportunities in your life. And then we have father figures. So this is an energy of kind of the ancestors coming in. How were you raised by your father? Was your father involved in some of this energy? Possibly were there family members? Is this the way your whole village did things and everything, and you've decided, I want to be me. I want to go and do things the way I want to do it. And this is like the usual suspects are karma and astrological influences, and tactics that are played out. But the major accomplices quite often are family members. You know, like we come into this world to clear karma. That's part of what we're doing. But the thing is, we don't really know what the karma is. And the people that are closest to us, our family members, are the ones that quite often are who we have the most karma with. And that's so that we can work it out within ourselves, right? That's that childhood energy here. And I'm just realizing also, I'm in Canada, but in the United States, it's Thanksgiving weekend coming up, is it not? Coming up pretty quickly, and families will be getting together and uniting, you know. And so having reunions, and then there's Christmas, and there's the New Year's, and all of that energy. So this is kind of talking about that energy. And if like sometimes when you're at family events, they don't go so well, you know, the energy, like especially if you haven't seen each other for a while, and then someone has a grudge, and then, you know, those things can really be brought up at family gatherings, you may have noticed. And they can also be very joyful and fun, though. So the ego, and that it's that balance in between. It's the double-edged sword, right? And so the ego is another karmic space. So this is talking about initiation of, I feel like you don't want your ego to overwhelm you, and you're in a place where you think, okay, I'm the king of my castle. And you're the dirty rascal. It's just coming up like that. But you really, you're not in a, like, you don't know what's happening across the entire world, right? So this energy, like if someone adopts that attitude, and they're in that ego energy of like, I'm the king of all of this, and not wanting to expand that, eventually you find out, hey, I'm a big fish in a little pond, and there's way more out there. And destiny is calling. That's the energy. Then we have, there was a scotoma. So scotoma is a blind spot in the physical eye, but you can also have scotomas in the energy of what's happening in your life, basically. And I'm just getting like, especially if you were from a smaller place, guaranteed there was people gossiping about this, that knew about this. They may have been friends of yours that knew about it. They didn't tell you. They, you know, and that energy, it's kind of, it speaks for itself, really. There's a reason why the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror. You don't want to keep repeating the past and staying in a past that has limitations when you're being offered all this beautiful energy from the universe to move forward in a better way. And we have the Aquarius energy. Yeah. And so this is energy, like this is, you know, it doesn't really matter what age you are when, you know, you can be in this youthful energy where you want to move forward, and you are a person that would be bored, like just sitting there and being at the top of the pedestal. And the thing about being at the top of the pedestal is eventually the universe will give you a boot off the top of the pedestal, because the universe wants you to take action to be your best self. And but the Aquarius energy is this, it's the energy we're in now. In 2020, when we were supposedly getting clear vision, which a lot of us did get a lot of, whoa, behind the scenes information about what's happening in the world. The Aquarius energy is stepping in here and saying, you know, it's okay to experiment. It's okay to observe how things went, and then recognize, you know what, that's not what I want. I want something different. And then, you know, learn from it, and then move on and do it differently, and not take it like in the old days, even like back, like just even like 2 decades ago, people were really likely to stay in the same job, in the same town, in the same industry, with the same people for their whole life. Like they would build their career in one place, and that's really an old Piscean way of doing things. And now the Aquarius energy is much more experimental and, you know, taking things in small pieces and moving forward like that in new ways. And then we have another karmic space. So this is attachment, and that's attachment is the mother of all the other karmic spaces, because when you become attached to something and you don't want it, and you don't want to look at it, the lack of awareness can cause you to become arrogant, you know, and be really I know it all because I'm better than everybody in my village. Look, I've got more money than the rest of them. Look, my house is bigger, that kind of energy. But if you just go travel, like, you know, a couple hours away, there's an even bigger city with someone who has a bigger house than you do, that kind of energy. And once we become attached to something, it makes it easier to fall into the other karmic spaces, because once we're attached to something, we want to hang on to it at all costs, even if it's not worth hanging on to. Really good lesson here for all of us. And the manifestor, this is in the manifestation role, and having the courage to go after what you want, after your heart's desires. So this is saying, like, the earth is a big place. There's lots of opportunity here, and it's sitting right on this here, on the pentacle, the gift from the universe and God. And we have a tactic coming in dissension. With friends like this, who needs enemies? I'm getting you are swimming with sharks. This energy is, I'm getting this could be something that's going to be going to court, or it was something illegal that was done. And if you would have gotten involved with it, you could have, and you didn't even get the benefit of it. But by this time, it already was, some of this information I'm getting was coming out. And you would have just got, you might have been the person that they were trying to put this on, you know, because you didn't have dissension of information. Is when you you try and conquer and divide by, like, divide and conquer energy. And that energy, because Scorpio energy, but Scorpio in their finest, that energy is an energy of uniting people and bringing this innovative energy into the world and being a leader in that way. But Scorpio energy also is very deep and dark at times. Like if you've ever gone scuba diving, the deeper you go in the emotional waters, the darker it gets and the colder it gets. And so this energy is, about a Scorpio moon, that new moon we had in November. When I'm getting, that's when possibly this information has been revealed. I've been doing some astrological readings, and I'm really enjoying them. I'm uploading the last 3, so I've done 3 signs a day for the last four days. And the Scorpio energy talks about this new moon, and also how we're moving into the full moon on December 4th for the full moon energy in Gemini. So things are going to change, right? And then we have the judgment. So this is about going after your, the judgment is here also. And this is your heartfelt desires, going after what you really want and what you love to do and who you want to be, and being unfettered in that. Like you have the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor. You have the universe handing you a cup of love, a cup of abundance, and the truth. And there's a whole new world. You're on a new journey. You have all these opportunities in this cup, and judgment has gone in your favor. You've done a lot of good. It did you a lot of good to do this inner work. You're on a fool-hardy, and that's right on top of the Fool here. This is, you can anticipate your future now. You can anticipate bringing in all sorts of wonderful, these opportunities into being. It'll be a win for you. It'll be a win for whoever you end up with. And it will be a win for the entire universe. So this is like being on your divine path, and destiny is calling. I love it. You're a superstar. So you're like, this is about speaking your truth, being in harmony with yourself and allowing yourself to be that person you want to be. Awesome energy. Oh, and here comes in the Gemini full moon. This has been happening like with this energy. So I feel like the full moon is on December the 4th. So that energy we can usually feel 3 days before and 3 days after for sure. And this is about, in Gemini energy, this is a Gemini full moon. It's saying, you know, you want to be able to look at both sides of the swords. The swords are two-edged. Gemini energy is about air. It's about thinking, about thoughts. And so this, and it's also saying Mercury is, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. And right now, Mercury's in retrograde, and I think for about another week or so. And so saying, you know, sometimes the best thing you can do is really go back and look things over in that Mercury retrograde energy, because you can learn a lot from your past and from others' past. Really good energy. And the crowning glory, the guiding star. So this is talking about your intuition and using your intuition. Congratulations, you're at the top of the pyramid and you're coming down from this past energy and you're on your path to like really awesome stuff. I really like this a lot. This is like really, really good energy, especially as we move into the last month of the year. This is awesome. I hope that you've also enjoyed this reading. Please do like and comment. If you do, it really does help me build my channel. And if you know, consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy of the channel. And I will be back with another reading for you tomorrow. Bye for now.